The first thing Daniel noticed was the weight. Not heavy exactly. Just sudden. Warm. Human. He had been standing on a crowded subway platform, one hand gripping the stroller that held his sleeping 3-year-old son, Leo. Rush hour pressed in from all sides. Suits, phones, impatience. The train screeched to a stop, doors flew open, and the crowd surged forward like a single restless animal. Someone stumbled. Before Daniel could step back, a woman fell straight into his lap as he had bent to lock the stroller wheels. She landed sideways, breath-catching, one heel skidding across the concrete. His arms reacted before his brain did, steadying her so she would not crash to the ground. For half a second, time froze. Her perfume was faint and clean. Her hair brushed his chin. He felt her tense, ready to spring away. Then he leaned in and whispered, almost without thinking, "Don't move." Not because he wanted her there. Because the man behind her was still stumbling, and the stroller would have tipped if she moved too fast. She stilled. The crowd surged past them. A train horn blared. Leo stirred but did not wake. When it was safe, Daniel gently helped her stand. "I'm so sorry," she said quickly, cheeks flushed. Her voice was smooth, educated, and oddly calm for someone who had just sat on a stranger's lap. "I didn't see the step." "It's fine," Daniel said. He smiled, tired but kind. "Happens." She nodded, then noticed the stroller. Her expression softened instantly. "Your son?" "Yeah. Long day." Something in the way he said it made her pause. She hesitated, then held out her hand. "I'm Evelyn." "Daniel." They would have walked away then. That should have been it. But fate, apparently, was not finished with a simple accident. They ended up on the same train car, standing near the doors. It was quieter now. The crowd thinned. Leo woke and began rubbing his eyes, lower lip trembling in that way that warned a full meltdown was coming. Daniel sighed softly and crouched. "Hey, buddy. Almost home." Evelyn watched him with a focus that surprised him. Not curiosity. Respect. "You're doing great," she said gently. He glanced up. "Feels like I'm failing most days." She smiled, small and knowing. Most people who say that aren't. The train rattled on. Leo calmed as Daniel distracted him with a cracked plastic dinosaur. Evelyn leaned against the pole, her expensive coat creasing without concern. After a moment, she said, "His mother." Daniel's shoulders stiffened for a fraction of a second. Then he exhaled. "She passed away 2 years ago." "I'm sorry." "So am I," he said quietly. The silence that followed was not awkward. It was full. Honest. Evelyn studied the reflection in the train window. She looked polished, confident, the kind of woman who belonged in boardrooms and headlines. What Daniel did not know yet was that she was a billionaire. Founder of a global tech company. A woman who moved markets with a sentence. What Evelyn did not know was that Daniel had once dreamed of more too. That he had turned down promotions, ambitions, entire versions of his future because Leo needed him more. When the train stopped at Daniel's station, Evelyn surprised herself by speaking again. "Can I walk with you?" He blinked. "It's not exactly glamorous." She smiled. "Neither is my life, most days." They walked. Leo babbled. The city softened into streetlights and quiet sidewalks. At Daniel's building, she stopped. "Thank you," she said. "For what?" "For catching me," she replied. "And for not making it weird." He laughed. "You sat on my lap. That part was already weird." She laughed too. It felt easy. Real. They exchanged numbers. Neither of them expected much. They were wrong. Over the following weeks, messages turned into coffee. Coffee turned into dinners where Leo colored between them. Evelyn learned how to microwave chicken nuggets without burning them. Daniel learned that beneath her wealth was a woman exhausted by expectations and loneliness. She never flaunted her money. He never asked. One night, sitting on the floor assembling a toy, Evelyn finally told him the truth. "I run a company," she said carefully. "A big one." He nodded. "Okay. I'm very wealthy." He looked at her, then at Leo, then back at her. "Does that change how you treat my son?" Her eyes shone. "No. Then it doesn't change anything." She cried that night. Not because of money. Because someone saw her as just a woman. End. Months later, Daniel stood at a school play, camera shaking as Leo waved from the stage. Evelyn stood beside him, no designer clothes, no assistants. Just pride. Afterward, as they walked home, she slipped her hand into his. "Do you remember the subway?" she asked. He smiled. "Hard to forget. I've sat in boardrooms with presidents," she said. "But that moment, when you whispered, 'Don't move,' no one had ever protected me like that. Not without wanting something." He stopped walking. Turned to her. "I didn't do it to be a hero," he said. "I just didn't want anyone to get hurt." She nodded. "That's why it mattered." Later that night, after Leo was asleep, they sat together in the quiet. Evelyn rested her head on Daniel's shoulder. "Funny," she murmured. "The richest woman in the city found home on a crowded platform, on a single dad's lap." Daniel laughed softly. "Life's weird like that." She smiled. "And this time, she stayed."